You'll be okay. You know, who's your daddy? And he goes, Donnie Emler. All right, we'll get going with freestyle. And Donnie Emler, and it was Little D, Donnie's son, that was that kid.
Yep.
So many, and Little D's now like 6'5", and Donnie Emler, of course, the famous FM owner of FMF Racing for many years. But
I could tell you some stories. As Donnie spent the night at my house up in Sacramento multiple times.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you know, Hangtown.
Oh yeah, very cool. So we are going to go round number 2, Moto 2 Pro Freestyle. So we'll get our first freestyle competitor out there. Finishing third in Moto number 1 is Greg Brock. Greg, let's get back out there and show them how it's done. Easy for you to say. Who's going to, he wants to know who's going to cut your head off, AJ or the racers?
Right? That would be the racers. They got connections.
Well, okay, Greg Brock on the clock. Moto number 2 for Pro Freestyle. Greg Brock out of Antioch, Illinois. And I'll tell you what, as we mentioned in the first freestyle competition, Greg's 62 years old. You know, I mean, what a hero, right? To be out there on Pro Freestyle doing these tricks, flipping the ski around at 62. Who can do that?
Well, Gregory Brock can, because I'll tell you what, my back is feeling it just watching him.
Makes me hurt.
Yeah, oh. So Greg, spinning around, 360, drives it out. He's looking for the setup. A hop, another hop, another hop. He's like a bunny out there.
He sure is. You could tell this guy just loves to ride, you know. The enthusiasm and passion for jet skiing is just palpable with these guys. They are just out there to have fun, put on a show, and it's really fun to watch.
Gregory having a great time. He loves Naples, Florida. Not his first rodeo, as you might imagine, at 63.
62, don't make him older than he is.
Whoa!
Was that a backbreaker?
That was a 270-degree turn into an upside-down submarine with a recovery.
Your mathematics just continue to elude me.
It's like, you know, I look at your face, I see a protractor. I know exactly how far to go. Gregory having a great time out there as he looks over. Folks, let's give him some applause. Let's make him go wild out there.
15 seconds to go.
See, it works.
180 sub.
That was a nose stab.
Nose stab, 180 nose stab. Yes, it was.
And it's
kind of a version of the a modified Hollywood corkscrew. And that's going to do it. Greg Brock, ladies and gentlemen, Antioch, Illinois, 62 years old, out here competing today. Let's hear it. Greg Brock, great job, Greg. Up next, finishing second in Moto number 1, Brad Hill. Brad out of Rutherford, North Carolina on the Eric Malone Enterprises Royd custom-built freestyle ski.
It's like you moved to North Carolina, Rick.
You like that? Rutherford.
Rutherford. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, I do.
And if you live there, you've got to be a huge NASCAR fan, I'm guessing.
Absolutely.
Right?
You're anywhere in the state of North Carolina, you're a huge NASCAR fan.
That's what I'm thinking. All right.
Oh, Brad Hill, he's going to warm it up a little bit, get that Royd to where he wants it to be.
That's a gentleman, Brad Hill out there. What a great guy on the tour all year. Nice individual. Really enjoy seeing him every round. And he is on a Eric Malone, mentioned that, Eric Malone Enterprises Royd model. Eric Malone, the former national world champ, multi-time national world champion. Wow.
Nice, pancake 360s in a row.
It's a pancake 360, just like I had this morning.
Right, pancake, trying to keep it level with the water rather than a twist or turn or a backflip.
So that's
speaking of which.
So that's flat as a pancake.
Exactly.
Yes. Nice backflip.
Double backflip. Brad Hill going off.
Well, Brad Hill trying to bring it because Gary Burke set the tone in Moto #1 with double backflips.
Oh, yeah.
Now Brad, imagine him.
Oh, power 520. Brad right back on it. You see him kicking his feet to get in the stirrups, to hold his feet. When he does that, you know he's going aerial.
Getting set up here. He's going to make a little circle. What they do is create a little wake for themselves, use that wake to launch off of.
A 360.
Reverses it.
180 the other direction. He drives it out, kicking his feet into those. He really doesn't like those. He's just kicking the heck out of those holders.
You know, and that's a new thing. Back in the day, there was none of that because there was no straps.
Nothing.
You didn't have to kick.
Here he goes.
Setting up again. Backflip. Brad Hill. Nice backflip. Lands it clean.
Drives away. Nice layout on that backflip.
Very nice. Nice form by Brad Hill. As his time starts winding down here.
It's getting close. Ooh. I'm thinking that potentially might have been a failed submarine. Let's see what he does.
All right, we're keeping an eye on the clock. Bad Brad.
Love to see a sub on one of these competitors. Or a fountain. Yeah, oh, look at that. Brad Hill throws it down.
Literally. All right. And yeah.
He says, yeah.
Yeah, I know I got more time, but I got no oxygen.
Wow. Folks, big round of applause for Brad Hill.
Rutherford, North Carolina on the EME Royd. And that brings us to our final competitor, the winner of Moto #1, Gary Burke out of Rolling Meadows, Illinois, on the Brapworks Freestyle Factory Hydro-Turf Twangled Havoc.
Yeah, that would be big, bad belly belching Gary Burke.
Is that right?
That's right. You ought to meet him in the pits. Ask Jessica Wiebesek, his official photographer.
All right, final competitor. Gary taking the win in Moto #1 in Pro Freestyle.
I'll tell you what, Gary has got some humor. He is deadly serious about his freestyle, though. He really is. He practices all year long. He goes all around the country, of course, with the Pro Watercross Tour, but he takes other events as well.
He has been doing this for a long time.
It's been a few weeks.
Yeah.
How many weeks in 10 years?
When I was at Jet Sports Magazine back in the day, Gary was an advertiser at one time.
Right? Well, 10 years, how many weeks? 520.
With the Twangled video series that they produced.
Oh, that was fun.
So, yeah.
All my crazy friends in Twangled. Those two, you got to have them in your library.
Lonnie Peralta.
Oh, yeah. All right, Gary getting set up, waiting for his first trick. He'll have 2 minutes.
Gary's on the clock with a big backflip. Oh, didn't go for
nice.
a double. Hey, first moto we went for a double. Didn't do a double this time. I'm surprised.
He didn't get the launch he wanted. I could tell as he was going up. He's like, no, this is going to be a single. Here we go. Nice.
Oh, there's a double.
With a twist.
Oh, it doesn't quite, does he? He rides it out. Yeah.
I think Gary's going to try one of those, what do you call it, backbreakers that Gregory Peck did earlier.
Nice. Got some air. Little amplitude.
You knew he had to do it. He tops the buoy. Look at that. Talk to him, folks.
Flips over does a little 360 spin over the buoy. The promoter,
our race director is losing his mind right now.
Race directors don't like that.
What a backflip.
Nice
Gary
back.
went huge. Folks, let's hear it for him. Yeah, push him. Let's see him.
Nice one-hander lander. Gary Burtka putting on a show here today. Now, that's a tough one. These backflips, you add a degree of difficulty. Dual backflips, one-hander lander, no-hander lander. Oh, nice.
A 360, 180, 360, 720. He keeps going.
Gary Burtka, this is the best I've ever seen Gary Burtka ride, is here today. He is looking strong, no question about it. As he sets up to finish off his routine here in a moment. Backflip in real shallow water.
Beautiful.
Nice. Looks over and says, hey, let's hear a little something for the effort.
Hey, you know what I'd like to see? I don't know if Gary can hear me. Gary, ever done a big throw? Oh, that'd be classic with a
no-hander
lander. Oh,
that's a chest pounder.
Oh, that
right
is
there.
a chest breaker. Gary throwing his head in the air, folks. Give him a round of applause.
He's going to go right in for chest X-rays after this competition.
Well, no, he only has 4 more classes.
Then he'll get in.
Then he'll go.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, down on the line.
IROC Stock.
IROC Stock. If you're racing, you better be down there.
IROC Stock, Moto number 3 on the starting line. That concludes our freestyle competition here in Naples. Great job, all of our competitors, Greg Brock, Brad Hill, and Gary Burtka. Thank you, you guys are awesome.
One more round of applause for all of our freestylers.
Let's hear it for everybody. Great
Thank you,
guys.
gentlemen.
Thank you. Thank you, judges. Thank you, timer and horn blower extraordinaire. What's that? Brock Hill, Burtka. Yeah? Burtka, Hill, Brock. Yeah. Thank you. Okay, the results are in for Pro Freestyle. In third place is going to be Greg Brock. In second place, Brad Hill. And in first place, the champion on the hook.
Get towed in.
Gary Burtka, our Pro Freestyle World Champion. Gary Burtka, great job, buddy.
Look at Jessica Webasak. She couldn't be happier. Her friend and partner is a world champion, unofficially.
Oh, now I get to watch Butter Biscuit race.
On the IROC Stock, Moto number 3, on the number 12 Sea-Doo out of Appleton, Wisconsin, Ellen Roddy.
Number 17 out of Carthage, Texas, on the WSM Riva Racing, Jet Renew, Jet Trim, Team Money Sponge, Watercraft Network, Jet Tribe, Take Point Now, Harry Kiwi, Sea-Doo, that is Kenny Buttercup Compton.
On the 110 Yamaha out of Bradenton, Florida, sponsored by Snyderville Judge Motorsports, it's Tori Snyder.
113 out of Schenectady, New York. You like that? Absolute Performance, Liquid Molly, and Watercraft Network on the Sea-Doo, Riley O'Flattery.
And rounding out the field on the 257 out of Claremont, Florida, sponsored by Tattoo Ridge, HydroTurf, West Coast Power Sports, and Dean's Team, Dominic Perez and Rick Lake, I got something to show you.
Team.
Riley O'Flaherty and Kenny Compton
look
came
at that.
up with Team Money Sponge.
That's it, man. I love it. Compton on the outside trying to get some traction.
Oh, he is slow off the band. Kenny Compton going to have to work for this one. He is way back there.
Butter Biscuit, a little soggy off the line.
Soggy. You said soggy. Uh-oh. Rider lost on course. That's going to help out
Dominic Perez.
Perez out there.
In the inside split. Charging on
Wow.
that IROC Stock Sea-Doo Spark. Dominic Perez, 257, the race leader, 17 right behind him.
Kenny
Is
Compton.
Butter Biscuit gets off the line slow, and look at him.
I'll tell you what, Kenny Compton has been working hard all summer long, and the results are starting to show. He earned a world championship yesterday. He is in the running on this one. I wouldn't say he's a front runner here because of his positions.
Yeah.
But Dominic Perez out front, he had a first and a second.
And Torrey Snyder, a second and a first.
Those two are tied.
Well, Torrey came on strong this year and looking so good on that TJ tuned Yamaha EX, and boy, he is a rider to keep an eye on moving forward. Big, strong kid that I think is going to have a brilliant future in runabout racing.
No question about it. Frankly, I'd like to see him on a sport boat as well. And the only reason I don't say a stand-up is because of the power-to-weight ratio. He is all muscle, that kid is.
Yeah, he's a big kid. I think he is destined for the runabout class, to be sure. And Butter Biscuit getting down into an aerodynamic position down the front straightaway, squeezing every bit of speed out of that Sea-Doo Spark, trying to catch Dominic Perez. Dominic, a great rider out of Claremont, Florida on the Tattoo Rich boat. Wow, Blaster GP, Moto number 3. Will be up next, and we are heading into Moto 3s following this race, and this is going to be something to see as tensions get turned up to the nth degree here in Naples with World Championship titles on the line here in these Moto number 3s coming up momentarily. So hang on and don't go anywhere, because it is going to be fast and furious the rest of the afternoon here. Down the front straightaway, Dominic Perez out of Claremont, Tattoo Rich Hydro Turf rider on that Spark out in front. Now 110, Torrey Snyder, who we are talking about, he comes into second place, gets by Kenny Compton, and boy, Torrey Snyder flies on that Tim Judge Tune Yamaha EX under the tutelage of multi-time champion Troy Snyder, and that is a racing family. I had the pleasure of sitting down with Tori's mom and Troy's wife and talking to her a little bit earlier this year, and what a family delightful family, really cool and insightful interview. And the Snyder family is all about racing, and boy, Torrey is just coming on the scene and tearing it up out here. You know, and if you're watching on the live feed and you're out there and you haven't seen this before, perhaps you're new to the sport, this IROC Stock class is an outstanding class to get started in the sport. The Sea-Doo Sparks can be had new in the $5,000 range right off the showroom floor, and this is a stock class, so you can come out and race some stock. There's a little bit of tuning involved, not a whole lot, but really to get your feet wet, no pun intended, and get involved with pro watercross racing. This is not a bad way to go, and I suspect we will see some growth from this class as the years go by, because again, it is a very cost-effective way to get started. The Sea-Doo Sparks, like I said, in the $5,000 range, the Yamaha EXs in the $7,000 range, and both wonderful watercraft and amazingly fun to ride. I've actually had a chance to ride a Spark, and you know what, surprisingly fun. I didn't expect that much because of the low entry cost, and I was pleasantly surprised. And they are a lot of fun to ride. You can have a great day on the water on these Sea-Doo Sparks. You can get a couple of those in a trailer, you know, for $10,000 in that ballpark. That's a pretty good way to go. White flag comes out. 1 lap to go for our race leader, Dominic Perez. Tori Snyder trying to track down Perez here in moto number 3. Tori's got a 2 and a 1. Dominic Perez a 1 and a 2. So really it's going to go to whoever wins this final moto, and it looks like Perez is going to take the overall world championship by virtue of a first place if he can keep Tori Snyder behind him on this final lap. And Tori closing the gap fast right now. Here comes Snyder as both riders go through that inside split on the far outside part of the racetrack here at Sugden Regional Park in Naples, Florida. And down the long jet trim bitch and stitching back straightaway, it's Dominic Perez in front of Tori Snyder. Let's see which way Perez goes on the split. Perez is going to take the inside. No, Perez going on the outside, as does Snyder. A couple turns left to go. And Dominic Perez is going to bring that Sea-Doo Spark down the front straightaway, taking the win and the championship here in IROC Stock. Tori's going to have to settle for a second place finish today on the weekend. And then Butter Biscuit, Team Sponge, Kenny Compton comes by in third place. Nice work, Kenny. Okay, this brings us to Blaster GP, moto number 3. Actually, Kurt. Sugar free? Are they both sugar free? Can't read them. Okay, we're both on. All right, here we go. Blaster GP, moto number 3. This is going to be a knockdown, drag-out fight.
All right, we got Hayden Skellett with a Moto 2 win. In fourth in the first, Skellett is on the pole.
Revan Harris with a 1 and a 2. Keep an eye on Revan Harris. He has been the fastest out there today, and he is right in front of us here. Oh, and Revan Harris gets a rough start. Not a good start for Revan Harris in this
Nimi gets a whole shot on the outside.
Moto.
Oh!
Number 1 with the hole shot, that is Devin Farthing taking the hole shot on that Speed Zone Yamaha Blaster on the inside split. Young Devin Farthing, the son of multi-time national and world champion Dustin Farthing, gets the hole shot and the lead. What an exciting time for the Farthing family as young Devin takes the hole shot here in Moto number 3. Here comes
Dill.
14 Dill on the gas.
Then Hayden Skellett, Revan Harris, Sam Nemi. The double 7, Glenn Young.
Oh, Hayden Skellett, visor flying up in the air. Somehow that thing got knocked up. That's a funny look out there, but young Hayden on the gas, but he is getting pressured right now by Revan Harris, and they go to the different splits. Harris to the outside, Skellett to the inside. Really, those two are the ones that are fighting for the World Championship. Might not end up that way at the end of the day, but right now, those two have been the fastest.
Skellett made the move on the inside. That worked for him. Now lots for top speed. Revan Harris way down, but he is not pulling him at all.
Well, they were equal going into the split on the outside of the track, so that really cost Revan Harris substantially here early in Moto number 3. But it's young Devin Farthing on boat number 1 out in front and leading the way here in Moto number 3. What a ride for Devin Farthing, 15 years old, out of Ackworth, Georgia, and he is on the gas. Here comes Hayden Skellett behind him in second. Revan Harris trying to get around 14 Keith Dill, and he makes the move.
Well, I got to tell you, that was Keith Dill trying to get around Revan Harris.
Revan Harris, man.
Having none of that. Harris made the move up. As we look forward, look out there. Farthing just gone, but Skellett taking the inside. And Harris follows.
Farthing, Skellett, and Harris, the young guns, out in front right now running 1, 2, 3. 15 years old. Skellett's 15 years old, and Harris is 14. So, wow, look at these youngsters pull away from the rest of the field here in Moto number 3. And this is what it's all about here for the World Championship. Right now, Dustin Farthing. How many times am I going to? How many times am I going to say that?
A couple more. How can you not?
I've said Dustin Farthing's name about 2 billion times in my life, so it's tough, but Devin Farthing out in front. And here comes Skellett in second, and Revan Harris just riding that blaster for all it's worth in third place right now. All 3 of these kids just laying those boats over. And the old guys, Dill and Nemi, used to be battling for the lead right now. Let's go down to Haley on the beach.
Thanks, guys. One word that can accurately be used to describe 30-year veteran Sam Nemi is passionate. He's had a phenomenal year, but currently he's sidelined this weekend to foster the future of our sport. His son, Sammy Nemi. Now, this is his first race back. He's been out with an injury. Just a few months ago, he had surgery on not one, but both of his feet. While he's been confined to a wheelchair, he's been participating in therapy, which is what ultimately brought him back here today. We couldn't be more thrilled that he's back here racing with us, regardless of how he finishes. Talk about a comeback story, guys.
Yeah, no question about it. That is very, very true. We are pumped to see Sammy back on the race course. He was sidelined for a bit, as you mentioned, with some surgery on his feet, and now he's back healing up and charging out here again. Great to see him. We love young Sammy Nemi, as well as his dad, Sam, no question about it. And but right now, look at Farthing out in front, charging. Skellett in second, and then Revan Harris in third. And these guys battling for the world title right now. Skellett with a 4th and a 1st. Harris with a 1 and a 2. So.
And Harris taking the outside split, Rick. Hayden took the inside. Skellett has been boiling the water on the inside. And Harris says, that's it. I got to go to the outside. I can't be in his pop wash. Skellett will get there first. Here comes Harris.
Oh, look at Harris, Kurt.
He's making a move, but the top speed of Hayden Skellett will not be denied.
Down that jet trim bitchin' stitching back straightaway. I'll tell you what, those guys are going at it. They are riding the blasters for everything they have, pinned the entire way around this racetrack here in Naples. And Devin Farthing is going to have company here in a short amount of time.
Oh, yeah. And I'll tell you what, look, watch Hayden Skellett as he comes by. You think that young man's neck's not going to be sore at the end of this race?
With that visor
we got a rider down right in the race. In the race line,
he's out of the way.
Staff gets him out of the way. Everybody's safe.
Everybody's okay. Nobody lost really any time. And Skellett went wide around that right-hander allowed Revan Harris to catch him a little bit. Now they go on to the split. Revan Harris decides once again to take the outside. Skellett on the inside on that back split on the back part of the racetrack here. Meanwhile, Devin Farthing out in front, but oh, he is going to have company real shortly as Skellett and Revan Harris are on the gas. The young guns leading the way here in Naples.
We got another battle going on further in the back. Keith Dill, former national champion, and Sammy Niemi have been battling. Niemi got by, and he has just yarded them. Niemi starting to move up into battle for 4th position. He came up really quickly.
Yeah, Sammy, an outstanding talent in his class, we know, hasn't been able to race for a little bit because of that surgery. He's getting back into it, starting to feel things here in Moto number 3, and he's looking way better. But out in front, this is a battle for the ages, a young age. The 14 and 15-year-olds going at it here, and it's led by Devin Farthing.
Yeah, Niemi in that 4th position now. Christopher Landis off the track. Keith Dill, he's doing everything he can, but at 47, trying to chase these 15-year-olds, it's just not going to happen.
No, each lap now, Skellett's taking the inside split, Harris the outside split, and here comes Skellett now. Skellett coming up behind Farthing. Devin Farthing's got his hands full of Hayden Skellett, and Hayden is a charger. Makes a mistake, swings wide, loses grip around that turn. But here we go, they are getting bunched up right now. This is a battle. Farthing, Skellett, Harris, 1, 2, 3, winding their way around onto the front straightaway, down the front straightaway. Here comes our leader, number 1, Farthing, followed by 296 Skellett and 100 Revan Harris. Wow, what a battle here in Blaster GP, Kurt.
Well, I'll tell you what, Rick. Hayden Skellett, as he came off that back straightaway, 70+ miles an hour, that boat stuck. He lifted his body off the boat. He held onto the bars, drove himself back onto that machine and stayed with it. Hayden Skellett, he is a top talent, no question. And look at this. Watch as Skellett makes that move. Farthing going to get on that straightaway. Harris going to be there, but here's Skellett.
Skellett likes that inside split. The other two taking the outside split on the back part of the racetrack. Now as they come around to the inside part of the track, it's going to be Farthing, Skellett, and Harris all taking the inside split. Still running 1, 2, 3, Kurt.
It surprises me, Rick, that Revan Harris isn't trying that outside split because he was so good earlier on. He was making moves there. Oh, Farthing going a little wide. Skellett goes underneath him.
I agree with you. I'm surprised nobody else is trying a different split, especially Revan Harris, because he needs to do something. He's staying right where he's at. He's not gaining any ground. He caught up, and now he's kind of stayed in that position. Time to try something new. Now he keeps taking that outside split here on the back part of the track. Let's see if he does so again. I think he should follow Skellett on the inside personally, but he's not going to.
Hayden Skellett this time through, I believe he's going to be really close to Devin Farthing as they come out. Watch it as Skellett comes by. He and Farthing going to be close to side by side.
Down that jet trim bitch and stitch and back straightaway. It is Farthing, Skellett, and Harris running 1, 2, 3. What a battle between these three young chargers.
And there he goes. Harris is on the outside.
He was listening to us, Kurt.
He must have a radio on, and Skellett is getting held up by Farthing now.
Oh, yeah.
There's nothing Skellett can do as Revan Harris is making a move.
Here comes Harris on the outside. Harris has got some speed. He gets by Skellett. Harris goes into second. Sets his sights on Farthing. Revan Harris on the gas here.
Are we prophetic or what? I said prophetic, not pathetic.
Well, maybe a little of both.
All of the above.
We just wanted Revan. Oh, and he swings way wide, makes a mistake, opens the door for Skellett. Skellett not able.
Skellett sticks it. He's got the inside. He's got to ride it better than he's ridden it all week.
This is the final lap. White flag is out. Here we go. This is going to be for all the marbles here, the World Championship in Naples, Florida, in Blaster GP. Right now, Revan Harris sits in the driver's seat. He's got a 2-1 score coming into this final. And if I'm not, 1 and 2 for Revin Harris. If he can hang on to second place, he is going to be the world champion.
Skellett taking the outside. He's the only option he has with the rider in front of him.
Good move by
Skellett has got to ride this like he's never ridden an outside split before. Here comes Revin Harris. Skellett's going to be close. He's going to have some speed.
No.
But not enough.
Oh, Revin Harris takes second.
Wow.
And that'll be the world championship for Revin Harris. And we will be back in just a minute to talk to our winner.
What a race, I'll tell you
Wow.
what. Any one of those top 3 riders, right? And
Kurt.
This is the thing that we haven't talked about yet. Devin Farthing just kept both of the riders we're talking about behind him.
Yeah.
If he could have had whatever changes he made to that boat in the first and second motos, this could be totally different.
Well, one of Devin Farthing's best performances ever in Runabout, to say the least, taking this third and final moto at the World Championships. Kudos to Devin and the Farthing team. Really good job there. But Revin Harris, man, what a job of racing. Took that outside split like we were talking about. We were willing him to take the outside split.
Well,
and he finally did, and boom.
Yeah, not that we have Revin over any other riders. It's just racing knowledge.
No, we're rooting for everybody.
Hey, speaking about great racing knowledge, Devin Farthing was also in that Blaster GP class.
Man, that is an amazing bit of racing right there. Kudos to all our racers, Devin Farthing, Revin Harris, and of course Hayden Skellett, who is always challenging for a championship week in and week out, and great racing. Love it. Yeah. You know, the young guns are making it known, man. They are all about it, and the changing of the guard is taking place, Kurt.
As we look at the monitor, see Revin Harris walking down, slapping 5 to everybody. He's having a great time.
Devin Farthing's got a big smile on his face. You know, he's got to feel good with taking that third moto win, keeping those guys behind him. He's pumped, getting some high fives from everybody on the beach. His brother's with him, and that was a great performance. I know Dad and Mom are pumped right now, and a great job by Devin Farthing.
How about that? Dad comes over, takes his helmet, says, yeah, here's a drink, hydrate, son. Absolutely, lots of fun.
Now,
I want to put a big shout out for Sammy Niemi. Niemi coming back from surgery, and he was not in 4th position at the beginning of this race. He worked all race long. He got up to 4th. There just wasn't enough laps for him to move up, but wow, what a great job. Ryder Wildebauer with a drive on the inside in this amateur ski stock class. We need Revin Harris down beneath the Tower of Power for television, please. Revin, if you can make your way down here as quickly as possible. Out in front, Ryder Wildebauer on the inside split. Wildebauer going to get the whole shot. Here he comes. Wildebauer out front. Look at the drive. Second.
Man,
it
Ryder
is.
Wildebauer.
Yeah, Dustin Voss. And then the 127, Patrick Steer. Connor Ritchek followed through by Jason Larson. Wildebauer, look at the distance this young man has already.
Yeah, Ryder Wildebauer, he has so far a win in Moto number 1, a win in Moto number 2, so he's looking for a clean sweep here in amateur ski stock this weekend. And we're going to announce for a little bit, but when they start doing the interview on the beach with our winners, then we will take a pause So just FYI to everybody listening on the
Oh, we got
live
Ryder down,
feed.
far left-hand side of the course, swimming like crazy over to his boat.
Let's see who that is. Oh, that's Ryder Wildebauer, our leader, down off the boat. And a clean sweep may elude him here.
Yeah, that
in
puts
Moto number
Dustin
3.
Voss out in front, out of Harvard, Illinois.
Dustin Voss.
He finished third in Moto number 1. He's way out in front right now.
One.
He's got Patrick Steyer coming
Yep.
right behind him. Where's Connor Richuk? There he is in third position.
GP.
Revin Harris, come on, there he comes. Revin Harris, come on over to television.
So Wildebauer goes down, and that may preclude him from making a clean sweep here today in amateur ski stock. So that was surprising, but you know, it goes to show, you know, the sport is not as easy as these great riders make it look. And although they may be in front for lap after lap after lap, boom, you can make a mistake and you're off the ski swimming, and that's it. 24, Dustin Voss down the front straightaway, Harvard, Illinois, riding for AFX Helmets, Hammer Time Sports, 53 CBD, IPD Graphics, and Richard Freeberg, and he is out in front right now here, Moto number 3. And Dustin with a 5 and a 3 score earlier today as Ryder Wildebauer now charges back up through the field. And the way this kid rides, I wouldn't be surprised if he gets up there pretty darn far after going for a swim.
Yeah, and he doesn't have to go very far to take over the lead. With a 1 and a 1, his closest competition is Connor Richuk with 5 points total. Ryder has 2. Copy that. All right, trying to count it down and look at the points, doing the math here, Rick.
Yep.
If Wildebauer finishes in 4th position, he's the new world champion, regardless of what else happens.
Yep. You and math?
Yes, sir.
Wow. Just
I know.
wow.
I know.
Wow.
It's one of it's like the only other talent I have. That and eating pizza, right?
What would the first one be?
Eating pizza.
Okay, well I got mad respect for that. I got mad respect for speaking of eating pizza.
Yeah, Mamma Mia's, we're going to be heading over there.
Oh man, halfway sign out here in amateur ski stock.
Oh, what an exciting race. Speaking of exciting, coming up next, Pro-Am Runabout GP, Moto number 3. We're going to crown a world champion. We've got Troy Snyder and Arminio Iantasca. They are
tied.
They are tied in points. They're going to be on either side of the split course. Look out, folks. It's going to be a battle for the ages.
No.
Security. Can we have security to the tower, please? Revin Harris, we need you to the podium immediately, please. Revin Harris, there's a CBS Sports request to have you on television. Revin, if you can make your way to the Tower of Power, we're waiting for you up here.
He's probably in tech.
Okay, we've got a lost child, Revan Harris. Revan Harris.
Otherwise known as the world champion.
Yeah, if anybody's seen Revan Harris, please, his parents and CBS Sports would like to see him right down in front of the Tower of Power.
That is pretty funny.
Thank you, sir. Yeah, Revan, we found your wallet and your new iPhone 11 Max. Yeah, they're right down here at the base of the Tower of Power.
Oh, and look at Ryder Wildebauer. He is working his way up. Who has he got in front of him? Let's check that out. Is that Voss? That is Voss. Ryder Wildebauer is very close.
Second position now.
To taking first. I mean, can you believe this? He was down.
Absolutely.
He was down half a lap.
Well, I'm going to tell you, based on what I'm seeing out here now, he's going to be leading when they hit the jet trim bitch and stitch and back straightaway.
Oh,
Harris is tearing up that inside, and he's there he goes.
Gosh, can you believe that? Ryder
Yes.
Wildebauer, this kid is in line for a brilliant career in pro watercross racing. Many championships, I think, are in his future.
And Wildebauer takes the outside as Voss goes inside. It's not going to make a difference.
No,
Ryder
it's
Wildebauer is tearing this track up today.
No, it's not. This kid is on fire. He is setting the pace and definitely one of the top talents to emerge in a while. White flag comes out as Ryder Wildebauer recovers from a get-off and a swim earlier in this moto to take the lead and on his way to a clean sweep here, Kurt, in amateur ski stock.
From dead last.
Amazing.
I mean,
amazing.
He was dead last.
That's hard to believe almost, especially in stock class where, you know, there's not a huge gap in performance on most of the skis. Wow. Impressive. Wildebauer, 13 years old. 13.
Connor Ritchuk, a couple years older than that. He's going to get second position if he can stay right there. Martin Voss will take third, doing the math. Of course, we still have, well, a half a lap to go, and we are still looking for that lost child. Revan Harris, where are you?
13 years old. Are you kidding me? And rides like this, and is this savvy and talented on the racetrack? Wow, we've got a good future in pro watercross. Speaking about the future in pro watercross, taking the checkered flag and a clean sweep. Let's hear it, Ryder Wildebauer. What a performance by the 13-year-old out of Sioux Falls, South Dakota.
Your new world champion.
Absolutely amazing performance. Yeah. And as I was saying, the future of pro watercross looks wonderful. Connor Ritchuk, a great ride for you today as well. Number 115 in second.
He'll take second overall in the world.
Yes, he will. Great ride for Connor. And, you know, we just released the 2020 Pro Watercross National Tour schedule. And I'm pretty stoked right now. AJ Handler, Jennifer Handler, the Pro Watercross team have put together an exciting schedule for next season. We're going to kick off in either Virginia Beach or, what was the first round?
Daytona. You may have heard of it before.
I've been there.
Yeah, me too.
Hard Rock, baby.
Oh, yeah.
That was fun this year. Daytona, Virginia Beach.
Wow. Revan Harris, I just heard you won a free jet ski.
Anything
to get
him down here.
The title has Ray on it. I'm not quite sure what it was.
Well, Revan Harris, do you want to be a TV star and get all the chicks? Come on down. You better get down here quick. Robert Sands says, yeah, I want to do that. How do I do that? Where do I sign up? Man. So, yeah, the tour schedule is out 2020. We've got an amazing schedule. And then 11 recreational stops combined with that, that is amazing. The recreational side of the sport is huge. And so to combine that with pro watercross and recreational riding, what a great 2020 schedule. I'm pretty pumped about it. And you'll be able to check out more in the near future on prowatercross.com. Of course, the Facebook page as well. But 2020 is looking so good in pro watercross. I'm stoked.
Hey, you know what'd be exciting?
Prowatercross.org.
Oh.
I'm an old, what are you about, old dogs and new tricks or something? I don't know.
Aren't you glad to see us?
.org. Here we go.
Pro Runabout GP Moto number 2. It's for a world championship.
Number 3.
Number 3.
Yeah, that's it. Arminio
and
Tosca Snyder, both tied in points, and here we go.
Oh, Arminio was quick on the line. That boat did not move. It's bouncing off the rev limiter, and Troy Snyder just jumped out there.
But look at him on the outside. Look at him.
Wow.
Look at Ian Tosca on the outside.
Wow.
On the gas, just flying. Here comes Snyder on the inside.
Look out, Troy. He's coming at 90 miles an hour.
Here comes Ian Tosca, top speed. Oh, my. And passes Snyder at top speed down the front straightaway. Wow, Kurt. That raised the hair on my arms just a skosh.
Look at that. I'm right there with you. Hey, I got to ask, we got any Naples, Arminio Itasca fans out there?
Oh, I think there's just a couple.
I know we got some Troy Snyder fans out there.
We got any Mamma Mia pizza fans out there? Come on, Naples, let's hear it. Ian Tosca out in front and leading this race. Pro-Am Runabout GP Moto 3. If he hangs on to this win, he will be the world champ. He's defending his world championship, actually.
That's right.
Ian Tosca's got that Sea-Doo out in front, and I got to say, he has really been strong all day in both Runabout GP and Stock, and the Sea-Doo people got to be pretty pumped right now because he is looking good, and the Yamahas have had the better of it now for a while, and to see a Sea-Doo out in front, we haven't seen much of that in a while.
No, we haven't, Rick Lake, but I'm going to tell you, I'm hearing a little noise out of Arminio's boat that does not make me feel very confident that thing's going to last. Let's see what happens. He's out in front right now, and it's only got to last 5 more laps.
You're a harbinger of bad juju, man.
Not at all. I'm just a realist.
I'm going to move away from you just a little bit. I'm feeling some bad vibes.
And Arminio's way out in front still,
I'm feeling some bad vibes right now, man.
Troy Snyder driving to the inside. Meanwhile, Arminio on the outside, he is checking out into another time zone already. He's halfway to California.
The way he came around that first turn on the split was just absolutely ballistic. And he is charging. That boat is on the gas. Snyder is equally fast, but just not quite on the same pace as that Sea-Doo right now.
Well, I tell you what, Arminio Itasca was the second man to the line. He was way early. And talk about motivation, Arminio Itasca has had it, and it's paying off big time. He has got the entire jet trim bitch and stitch and straightaway between himself and Troy Snyder right now. Arminio Itasca, it is a world championship. It's his to lose right now, Rick Clayton.
Yeah, he will never be late to the line again, and I'll tell you what, he is really putting it down here in Naples. Ian Tosca is putting on a show with that Sea-Doo. That is a high horsepower boat right there. He is rocketing down that front straightaway and in control of this race in front of Troy Snyder.
And I'm telling you, Arminio is backing that boat down. He is already backed out of the throttle. Unless he sees Troy Snyder right there next to him, he is backed off the throttle. He's saving that machine. I am telling you, Rick Lake, he is not at a 100% wide open throttle because he doesn't need to be. He needs to save that machine for 4 more laps, and he'll be the reigning and continued world champion.
Defending world champion, as a matter of fact. And he's doing a great. I don't think he's going to back off much because Snyder Snyder is on the gas, and Snyder's charging right now. Snyder also going to that outside split this time, trying to close that gap, doing everything he can, trying every line on the racetrack to try to catch up to Arminio.
And he is starting to reel Arminio in,
Just
a little here, a little there,
I think
but
so.
not enough. Arminio looked over, saw him there, and look, he stretches the lead out instantaneously.
Snyder trying everything he can, every line, every split to try to gain something back on Ian Tosca, and I think Snyder has closed that gap. The last lap and a half, he has closed the gap on Ian Tosca ever so slightly. Snyder's boat considerably quieter than Ian Tosca's, so you kind of get a different sense. Ian Tosca's is relatively loud, and which seems faster too, you know, when you hear it come by.
Yep.
But Snyder's is deceptively fast and on the quiet side for a GP boat.
Yeah, it is brutally fast. It is brutally quick, too.
I mean, that may be a limited setup, I think. That is a limited setup that Troy Snyder's running. I talked to Tim a while back, and they are running. It's basically a limited setup. Where Arminio, that's probably a full GP boat, I'm guessing.
You know what I want to see? I want to see what Tim Judge ships over to the King's Cup in Thailand, because they were talking about ramping it up for that, and Troy's going to be a threat over there.
Well, right now, Troy has got his hands full of Arminio Ian Tosca here in Naples as the laps wind down here on Moto number 3 for the Pro-Am Runabout GP World Title, and it is Arminio and Tosca in charge at the moment, keeping Troy Snyder at bay as the laps wind down here in Naples.
Mario Limi on that number 46 machine. He's out of Slovakia. He's got a battle going on. I believe that's Jonathan LeVay. Those guys are going at it.
One more time down the front straightaway, race leader number 4, Arminio Ian Tosca, 110 Snyder. Right behind him now, Snyder starting to close that gap on Ian Tosca here as the laps wind down. Are we going to see a late moto charge by Troy Snyder here in Naples for the world title? He knows if he can catch and get by Arminio Ian Tosca, he's going to be the world champion, and that's a lot at stake right there for Troy Snyder. He'd like to get this one, no doubt about it.
Oh, Rick Lake, I am telling you, his boat is slowing down. Watch Arminio, far left-hand side. Troy Snyder is following him. He should probably take the inside. I don't think that Arminio's boat is running as quick as it was at the beginning of this race. We got a few laps left. If Troy Snyder is going to follow him, he's certainly not going to get by. But Snyder, he's going to make a move on one of these split courses soon.
Yeah, he is not far behind.
No.
He is not far behind right now. He has closed that gap on Ian Tosca, and he is trying to make a move right now to get up. Oh, and Ian Tosca looks like he had a little bobble there on that left-hander heading into the split. Ian Tosca takes the inside on the back part of the race course, while Snyder takes the outside back there.
Oh, and Troy is sticking it just a little bit. I think they did some handling changes because that thing does not have the top speed.
He had a problem there on that outside split coming onto the back straightaway.
Ian Tosca, well, I tell you, in the GP class, he has settled into that high back seat. Good thing, because he is pushing some G's.
And the white flag.
Yeah, go ahead, Rick.
White flag coming out. One left to go for our race leader, Arminio Ian Tosca.
In second position, Troy Snyder on the 110. This is it. He's about 30 boat lengths behind. We got a lapped rider on the inside of the split course. Both of the lappers going inside. And Arminio's going to follow. Troy Snyder might have it clear, but he's going to take the inside too.
He is just not close enough to make anything happen, barring something catastrophic on Arminio Sea-Doo. It's going to be Arminio defending his world championship here in Naples in Pro-Am Runabout GP. And what an effort to come back after a year off the tour and storm into Naples here, his home turf at Sugden Regional Park. to take this world title, and a couple more turns to go for Arminio.
Let's have everybody here give him some loud applause. Arminio Iantusca, the local Naples rider, retains his world championship. Troy Snyder, a little dejected, but Troy's had a heck of a great year.
Yeah, he has.
And it's not over. I know he's headed to the King's Cup. Rick, I'm going to go over there for the first time this year, and
Cool.
I'll be cheering him on.
That is awesome. We got Pro-Am Ski Stock on the starting line. This is the last race of the day?
Yeah, let's go down and talk to our winner. Right.
Grant, you got me? Do we need the winner of that last race?
On the starting line, Pro-Am Ski Stock Moto number 3. And this has been a Matthew Ritchuk show all day today with a pair of wins in the first 2 motos. Matthew's looking at a clean sweep here in Moto number 3.
Not going to necessarily be that easy, though, because second both times, Ryder Wildemore.
Absolutely.
And in third, Kenny McKenzie, the current world champion.
Yep, right next to Matthew on the start line. Matthew on the inside, number 15, then Kenny McKenzie right next to him on boat number 1.
Wildebauer down here on the pole on the outside with David Cabrera next to him.
This is going to be a good battle, but it's been Matthew Ritchuk today with a pair of wins. But Ryder Wildebauer, as you mentioned, Kurt, right there, stalking Ritchuk for this title.
Well, let's go ahead and go down the list of Pro-Am Ski Stock, and the number 1 is Kenny McKenzie, in 15, Matthew Ritchuk, the 51 of David Cabrera, the 99 of Curtis White, the 102 of Justin Trader, the 116 of Devin Farthing, the 127 Paul Pachelski, 231 Dane Olson, 315 Taylor Stewart, 702 of Jeb Zarzau, and the 888 of Ryder Wildebauer.
Wildebauer with a nice jump off the inside gate, as is Matthew Ritchuk.
Gone.
Ritchuk on the inside, Wildebauer on the outside. Ritchuk sweeps around, maintains the lead over Kenny McKenzie, barely. McKenzie challenging, McKenzie slides out. McKenzie slides out in that split, so it's going to be Ritchuk with the lead on the inside.
Is that Zarzauer? Hard to see out there.
Yeah, it is. The shadows are.
Here he goes, Matthew Ritchuk way out in front. It's Steyer, then McKenzie, Wildebauer in 4th, Dane Olson in 5th, followed by David Cabrera, Taylor Stewart, Devin Farthing, and Curtis Wise, and Jeb Zarzauer rounding out the field.
Pro-Am Ski Stock Moto number 3. So Ritchuk in charge, clearly in charge here in Moto number 3. He's got a pair of wins under his belt. And Matthew Ritchuk, 19 years old now. God, he's getting old. He was just 18, it seems like. He must have just had a birthday. And Matthew rides for Superior Auto House, Performance Jet Ski and Cycle, Amsoil, Fly Racing, Hurricane Racing, STB Racing, JC Racing, and Works H2O Designs, who make those wonderful riding boots.
Yeah, the best in the West, right? The best on the planet.
They're awesome. They are absolutely awesome. With Watercraft Rider, we sell a lot of those boots, and you know, I just love them myself, but they are very popular.
Richuk has the front straightaway by himself. Look at this. Second position, Kenny McKenzie. And look at this battle. Wildebauer trying to get by Patrick Steer, but he just doesn't have enough. Patrick's got a big wake with the weight difference between those two. Watch Wildebauer. He's going inside, outside, wrong place to make a move, Ryder. That would be why.
Yeah, absolutely, Kurt. And Matthew Richuk, he is not taking any chances here in Moto number 3, as he is way out in front and charging down, heading onto that jet trim, bitch and stitch and back straightaway. Matthew Richuk, our race leader, really starting to pull away all by himself right now. Definitely his race to lose today. Oh, right here. Defending champion Kenny McKenzie in second place on boat number 1, trying to keep Matthew Richuk in sight. Richuk once again on the back part of the race course here in Naples, heading into that back straightaway. McKenzie in second behind him. Ryder Wildebauer a distant third right now. Quite a ways behind Matthew Richuk. We kind of thought Wildebauer might have been up there, giving Richuk everything he could handle here in this third moto, but Wildebauer's got a little ground to make up. I'm not going to say that he can't do it either, because we've seen him do it.
Patrick Steyer just not letting Wildebauer by it. And look at him right now. Wildebauer going down that back straightaway, trying to make a move. Can't quite get by.
Kenny McKenzie, number 1, down the front straightaway behind Richuk. Richuk out in front. McKenzie
Oh,
in
Richuk,
second.
Matthew goes
oh, it
down.
goes down. Matthew Richuk down
Holds
over the
on.
log jump.
He drives it away.
He looks over his shoulder and
says, hi, Ken.
yeah, says Kenny's right there, but he's got enough of a lead. But you know what that does? That
Puts
allows,
Wildebauer in third right now.
Wildebauer's been in third, but it allows him to close that gap a little bit on Richuk. He's got a long way to go, but we've seen what Ryder Wildebauer can do.
Taylor Stewart comes across the line. Taylor, one of our younger riders. He's only been doing this a couple of years, and he has taken this very, very seriously. As I say that, Taylor goes up and lands it and rides it out.
Oh, I got to give major kudos to Taylor, because when he first came out here a year, 2 years ago and started racing, he could barely make it around the racetrack on the stand-up. And now he has become very competent, and he gets better. He's serious. He takes it serious. He loves the sport, and he's getting faster by the race, Kurt.
Well, he is a world champion now in the amateur class. We got some T-shirts left, not many. Go see the Pro Watercross booth. If you want to see some gorgeous Pro Watercross gear, get over there now. We've got a few sizes left. We're going to be closing soon.
Maybe All right, Matthew Richuk out in front, dominating here.
Race is not over, though.
Oh, no.
As we've seen over that log jump, anything can happen.
Boy, isn't that the truth? We've seen championships come and go over the years, all because of that, at times, dreaded log jump that has cost the best riders in the world fits at times.
You know, Rick, with all the news coming out of Pro Watercross this weekend, you know, I don't want to say this with any political connotations. It's only because, you know, that statement is out there and it's been there for a few years now. Pro Watercross is making jet ski racing great again.
You had to go there, didn't you?
Take a look around.
You just had to go
Look
there.
at the level of competition. Look at the place we're at.
No, I mean, the Pro Watercross Tour is the elite national tour in the country, no question about that.
None.
And with the schedule that we've got for 2020, it's looking really good, adding a lot of components to the Pro Watercross Tour. So with the television coverage we're going to have next year, you know, you mentioned it earlier, is pretty strong. And for riders that want to get maximum exposure, you know, definitely Pro Watercross is the place to be, because with television coverage on CBS Sports, it's going to be really, really outstanding.
It's going to be fantastic. Wow. Wind's picking up. It is so beautiful here today, Rick Lake. Absolutely comfortable, having a great time. White flag out, 1 lap to go. Look at this. David Cabrera making the last lap pass on Dane Olson. Devin Farthing riding hard out there, but boy, this is the last lap. Your leader, Matthew Richuk, coming up with the jet trim back straightaway. He's going to take the inside split. He'll take his time through here, just one more time through, and he will be your Pro-Am Ski Stock World Champion unofficially. Folks, give him some applause as he comes around. Matthew Richuk. Well done, crowd. Kenny McKenzie, the outgoing world champion, finishes second in this moto. What a great ride. Ryder Wilderbauer in the third position. Taylor Stewart coming across on that 315.
So how about Matthew Richuk?
Wow. Wow, a great kid. Really great kid.
We love him. He's on the tour. We see him week in and week out. And, you know, I'm pumped about the tour next year, man. Talking with AJ, you know, all the rounds are going to be on television next year. That's exciting stuff, man.
It's crazy exciting. You know, we got to get Richuk in contact with the commander. Since he's here.
Well, I'm sure he is.
Right?
And, you know, also with that, the 11 recreational events that we're going to be hooked up with, and there's going to be a television show, a lifestyle show called Pro Watercross Nation.
Yep.
That's going to be part of it. So I think the whole sport is going to get elevated. We're going to have a lot more coverage on television of all things personal watercraft, pro watercross, and boy, the future looks bright, man.
It looks exceptionally bright. And I'll tell you, you know, behind the scenes, you know, we talk a lot, Rick, over the course of this year. No one really knows, unless you've been back here, all the trials and tribulations that it takes to put on events like this.
Yep.
Over the course of a season, things come up you can't even imagine, completely out of your control, and it changes everything.
Yes, it does.
We had to change your venue, and, you know, I understand why people can be a little upset now and then, but you know what? You got to roll with it, because it's the #1 tour on the planet.
You know, and all the guys and girls that are stalwarts on the tour, week in and week out, they're there, and it's a lot of fun. I guarantee everybody has a good time. And one of the things I want to do is shout out to the Watercraft Network,
Oh, yeah.
They are here this weekend. If you guys watch them on Wednesdays, right? Is it Wednesdays? Wednesdays, the Watercraft Network, Wednesdays, right? You got to tune in, and man, you can get all the 411 on everything watercraft in the world, the country, and the Watercraft Network, man, cool guys. They're here today, part of the World Championships, man in the cameras, making things happen, and it's cool to meet you guys, and
we appreciate you being here. I'll tell you what, we're going to see you after this at the stage with a live band from 7 to 10.
You guys don't drink beer, do you?
No, they swallow it, though. Junior ski stock, 10 to 12 years old. Watch them as they go around. Oh, making a move. Unbelievable. These 10 to 12-year-old riders, oh, they're all 11 right now. And there it is again. Caden sticks it down. Watch as they come around. Caden Baldwin coming around one more time. Let's see. He won motor number 1, motor number 2. This is motor number 3 with only 3 riders. Caden Baldwin can't lose.
Caden Baldwin. That's a good place to be in, right?
Yeah.
Not bad. Oh, these youngsters are so much fun down there on the water, seeing them get better and better. They're fun in the pits, and you know, they're just exciting to watch on the water, and they keep getting faster. All right. Just step back a little bit.
Welcome back. I have a couple of winners down here. Blaster GP Moto 3 winner. Sorry about that. Welcome back. Devin Farthing. Welcome back. Joining me is a pair of winners here. I have Devin Farthing, a Blaster GP Moto 3 winner. That one was far from easy. We had drama and excitement. How did you manage to power through that fatigue there? That was a long race.
I just made sure I stuck tight to the buoys and got on the gas when I was on the straightaways just to make sure I could keep the distance that I had.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
And now your world champion, Revan Harris. Congratulations on this one. Consistency was key, but what else came into play for you there?
Just keep charging till the end, and we made a move on Hayden, and we got him, and we're able to get the championship.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Back to you guys. Okay, sorry. You guys.
Thank you.
Joining me is a pair of winners. I have Devin Farthing here, Blaster GP Moto 3 winner. That one was drama-filled. It looked far from easy. How did you manage to power through that fatigue there at the end? Because that was a long race.
Well, I just stuck tight to the buoys, saved my energy when I could, and went fast on the straightaways to make sure I could keep my distance.
Congratulations on the Moto 3 win.
Thank you.
And Revan Harris, you're world champion here in Blaster GP. Now, consistency was key for you, but what else come into play for you here?
Yeah, consistency, and I just had to charge the whole time and just stay on them, and I finally passed them at the end, but it was awesome. I just had to stay there and made the move.
Congratulations on the Blaster GP World Championship.
Thank you.
Don't go anywhere. We will be right back.
Around, he's going to win a world championship.
White flag, 1 lap to go.
Far side of the track, that's Caden Baldwin. We're looking into the sun, folks. For those of you who can't see on camera, off to the left, the sun is in our eyes. And this is junior ski stock, 10 to 12-year-old. This is moto number 3. And Caden Baldwin is large and in charge as he comes off the jet trim. Bitch and stitch and back straightaway. He's only got to negotiate 6 more buoys in succession, and he will be your junior ski stock 10 to 12-year-old pro watercross world champion. Folks, put your hands together for your new champion, Caden Baldwin.
Nice job, Caden. Look, he reaches down, Pat's at 59. Ski on both sides of it, tries to get a little air.
Just doesn't have enough weight in him, and I was going to use another word to get that thing to bunny hop.
No, he needs to have a few more biscuits in him before he's going to be able to do that.
He jumps up and that boat just stays there.
Jeez Louise, that's funny.
What a great ride for all of our kids, though. Caden Baldwin, Gary Holbein, Tristan Ayala. Man, thanks for coming out, and you are future champions.
All right, moto number 3 on the starting line, Pro-Am Ski GP. This is the final, and of course, the first 2 motos, it's been all Dustin Matsouras in charge on that number 50 Commander GP1, and boy.
Yeah.
Can anybody give Dustin a run for the money today, Kurt?
Yes, Tyron.
Okay.
Tyron worked his way up all the way.
Yep.
He was way back in the pack. So, common sense tells you he had to be going faster to catch up with Dustin, correct?
Yeah, no question about it. He rode well, and Cole Kramer,
wow.
he's been fast all day.
Oh, yeah.
And I think Cole Kramer is capable of giving Dustin a run for the money if he can get that number 202 Commander boat in front of Dustin.
Yep.
And make Dustin work a little bit to try to get around him. But you know what? You gotta put a hole shot on Dustin Farthing, and that's no easy task because Mats is just absolutely perfect off the starting line, 99.9% of the time.
And we are really talking about a moto win here because with 2 first place, let's face it, Dustin's definitely in the catbird seat.
Yeah, no question about it. But, we've got some fast riders out there.
We got nothing but fast riders out there.
Yeah, I mean, it's a stacked field. Cole Kramer, Revan Harris, J.B. Gasparoni, Camden Powell, Matthew Ritchuk,
Aaron
Gawicki,
Cole Kramer, J.B. Gasparoni,
Isaiah Washington now on a Commander boat.
Mike Klippenstein, Hayden Skellett. It just keeps going.
The Clipper, man, he's going to need a new shoulder one of these days.
Oh, wow.
Talk about a shoulder replacement. Hey, we're talking about the Watercraft Network. You guys, Wednesday nights, Facebook Live. All right, I love it.
That's at 5 o'clock or 5 o'clock your time, 8 o'clock California.
Was that 5 o'clock? 8 p.m. Eastern. Watercraft Network on ESPN. On Facebook.
Eventually.
You guys are headed towards ESPN. There's no doubt in my mind. On Facebook. And tune in 8 p.m. Eastern Time, Watercraft Network, Facebook, every week on Wednesdays. It's awesome. And, you guys, awesome being here. You guys drink beer, right?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Oh, yeah, okay, I thought so.
Oh, yeah, I was drinking a lot of it last
By the bat. Hey, we're Watercrafters.
Yeah, good to meet you, guy. Good to meet you, man. It's super cool.
He was telling me they were floating last night. I thought it meant something completely different.
Oh, man. All right, on the starting, let's take a look down there. Number 0 out of Miami, Florida, the Broward Motorsports Kawasaki EJ Vizo.
On the number 12 out of St. Cloud, Florida, Isaiah Washington.
Number 13 out of Davie, Florida, Sammy Niemi.
On the 13X, Louis Filet.
Number 17, Aaron Gawicki.
And we'll watch them. We've seen them 2 laps. We'll call them as they go.
Matsouras on the inside.
Oh, Kramer with the drive. Cole Kramer might have got the hole shot. Can he pull over on Dustin Matsouras? He's going to try and sweep. He's going to sweep.
Mats is on the inside. Holding on to that inside position. That's going to do it. Matzer is going to keep Kramer behind him. Kramer, spins out. Coming in that turn, just trying so hard to keep up with Motz.
Well,
he
you got to
knows
do it.
He's got to get the start, and he's giving everything he has. But right now, down the front straightaway, our race leader, once again, 50, Dustin Matsuris.
And followed by
who's
Tyron
behind.
Matsuris. Now, what did I say?
Oh.
Look, this is going to be a race. This is brother on brother.
Clipper in third.
No surprise there.
I believe that's Cole Kramer in fourth.
It is.
And here we go.
Jules Hopkins in fifth. Is that Ridchuck in sixth?
I believe so, but out in front, look at Dustin Matsuris one more time. Put down the laps, but Tyron, his brother, those guys train together constantly. They're both on the same pace, and look at Tyron try to track down Dustin here in Moto number 3. The Commander GP1's out in front and charging, and these boats have just taken over pro watercross racing in the last couple of years.
Well, not just pro watercross, Rick, across the planet, really.
For me, it's pro watercross.
Yeah, well,
you know, but you're right, absolutely. Everybody's
Tyron makes the
riding
move.
Look at Tyron gets by his brother Dustin.
Now let me throw a little math at you, Rick. Dustin still wins.
And two more, yes he does. And two more Commanders come by.
Wow.
Two more Commanders come by. That's Revin Smith and Revin Harris and Jules Hopkins. Looking for, here comes JP Gasparoni. I don't see Aaron Gawicki. I was going to mention the Gawickis and the Bullet skis. I talked to Tim Gawicki this week.
Yeah.
And these Bullet V4s they're racing now. They're racing, this is the latest incarnation of the Bullet hulls. It's a brand new hull. They just came out with it in May. Been very successful on the earlier versions with Jeremy Perret in Europe, you know, winning championships and all over. And now they're developing this V4 with the Kawasaki 4-stroke in it as well. Same as the V3, only a little wider, a little taller to accommodate that 4-stroke Kawasaki power plant. So they're in the mix. They got to develop it a little bit. The Commander guys have been running it for a couple years now, so they got a head start. But the battle of these aftermarket hulls is serious.
It is absolutely deadly serious without any death involved. And this is a brother-on-brother fight.
Oh, yeah.
Tyron Matsuris wants to prove that he can leave his brother behind. He can't win the overall. He knows that. His brother knows that. But what he can do is show that he can beat his brother in the third and most gruesome moto.
But you know what that does? I'm going to say maybe we got some team tactics happening here.
Maybe, maybe not.
Well, if Tyron takes a first, that's going to elevate his position in the overall standings. Dustin's got to win overall, guaranteed, if with a second place. What's Tyron got leading into this moto? He has a second place and he's got a 6th. So he's going to need that first place finish. A second and a 6th. So if he gets a first, that's going to elevate him on the podium. And here he comes down the front straightaway. It is Tyron, Dustin behind him. I mean, these guys approach pro watercross. I talked to Webster a year ago, and he said, you know, we come to a pro watercross race, and with the same type of attitude and effort as a supercross team does.
Right.
They're professionals. That's how they carry themselves, and you can see the results here. Those Commander boats are strong, and I know.
Whoa! Sorry, Rick Lake. Almost an inch. Boy, give it up for Cooper Scheckschneider. He got pulled over, backed out of the throttle just in time. That almost happened. Rick, so sorry to interrupt.
Oh,
Go
no,
ahead.
we have seen riders get on these Commander boats and all of a sudden become really fast and contenders. And I will tell you, I know firsthand that has not gone unnoticed throughout the world and in very high places. And there's things I can't talk about today, but the future looks very bright. I will say that for Commander. There's some good things happening, and we will see in the near future what they are.
Well, the near future is right now because Commander's about to take another world championship.
Yeah, they are. They're looking good.
With Dustin Matsuris. And I'm doing the math real quickly. Depending on where Cole Kramer finishes, Tyron Matsouras could finish second overall. Where is Cole right now on the track?
He,
Is he in that fourth spot?
I believe he is still in fourth place, unless he was able to get by Clipper. But we'll check their standings as they come around.
Oh, Tyron is
Let's
going
check.
wide open.
Let's check.
Tyron is throwing everything out there.
Absolutely. Let's check their standings as they come around off the split down the front straightaway. We'll look for number 2, our race leader, Tyron Matsouras out of Epinyani, South Africa, as he leads this third and final moto down the front straightaway. There goes Tyron, number 2. Number 50, his brother Dustin in second. In third place, Cole Kramer, 202.
And Cole Kramer right there, he's starting to
He's
reel
on the
in the
gas.
Matsouras brothers. There's
Devin Farthing. And I think Clipper has dropped off the pace here. Here comes Clipper. I believe Clipper is in fourth right now, if I'm not mistaken. That's unofficial.
I agree. I believe he is, with Revin Harrison fifth right behind him.
That's correct. Those are our top 5 right now. But yeah, you know, Bullet, I'm excited to see what they're doing, developing their home. They've got work to do, but they've got the Kawasaki, and then Chris Haggis, Pro Watercraft,
Pro Force,
out in Havasu. They are developing some trick race skis as well. So the battle of the aftermarket hulls is really, really making this sport a lot of fun. I'm enjoying it.
Well, we remember back in the day when the Blaster came out, it took over from the X2, which begot the HX, which begot the Hurricane, the Polaris Hurricane, your favorite boat.
Oh yeah, those are real beauts there. But I love seeing it in the stand-up class because it has such an effect on the riders, and it really is starting to level the playing field because these boats handle so exceptionally well. And then with that Kawasaki 4-stroke power plant, they have plenty of power. These are 70-mile-per-hour skis.
Oh yeah.
So it's riding them that is where it's at. It's not who has the fastest ski necessarily. It's riding the things. And
yeah,
and that's what you like to see, the best riders come out with their talent.
Well, no question about it, Rick. And you know, what we're not talking about is the amount of physical stamina you have to hold on one of these extremely powerful machines. Not only do you have to have the balance, you got to have the strength to hold on. Every time you pull that trigger, it is stretching your arms out straight. Watch these riders. When they hit the throttle hard, that thing is pegged.
There's no question. You're right. It's absolutely a very physically demanding sport. It works you. I mean, you are gassed. Your VO2 max and aerobic levels need to be through the roof to be able to race at this level. And Tyron and Dustin and the rest of these riders train extremely hard. As you can see, Tyron come by one more time.
Wow,
Cole Kramer now. He is all over Dustin Matsouras, vying for that third place position here. Look at the track roughing it up, moto number 3, and these guys are going for it. Oh man, what a battle. Cole Kramer trying to track down Dustin Matsouras.
Let's watch the far right-hand side of the track. Dustin Matsouras going to the inside split. Kramer going outside. Cole Kramer going outside. He sees 3 riders on the inside. The outside is definitely slightly slower, but without the riders there, he's got clear water. Let's see if Kramer can make it work. Looks like it's gonna.
Kramer on that outside, you're right, the water's clean, and he might have a shot at Dustin here as they go down that pitch and stitch and back straightaway. Wow, it is Dustin hanging on to that second position as the laps wind down here, Kurt. There's only a couple laps to go.
Kramer on the inside and Matsouras on the outside. Matsouras is on the outside following another rider. Oh, and Kramer sticks it on the inside. That's going to give it to Dustin.
Well, we've got a little more time left. Laps are winding down. We're going to keep an eye out for that white flag. As our race leaders come by one more time, they don't get the white flag. We've got a little more time left here. Cole Kramer doing everything he can to work up and try to get a position. Pro-Am Ski GP Moto number 3, and a Clipper comes by. Yes.
Yes.
Dustin Matsuris.
Jules Hopkins coming down that front straightaway with Isaiah Washington in tow.
Yeah.
Those two have been battling all weekend long.
And all year long.
All year long, correct.
Absolutely right. Here comes our race leader, too. Tyron Matsuris out in front, leading his brother, number 50, Dustin Matsuris.
On that 2Z from South Africa, Tyron Matsuris continues to lead.
And Cole Kramer right there on Dustin looking for a mistake. There's a flag out on the log jump, so they did not have to negotiate the log jump that time around. Kramer keeping the pressure on Matsuris. All these riders aboard the Kawasaki 4-stroke powered GP1 Commander hulls, and boy, they are really, really dominating here right now, these Commanders.
You know what we've got over on the far right-hand side of the track?
Chaos.
An X log jump, because that thing is broken. There are pieces floating off. And our course marshals telling everybody, go wide. There's flotsam and jetsam in the water.
So much for that log jump.
Bye-bye.
That's over.
We're done with it.
Well, the year's over, so that's okay. Jules Hopkins and Isaiah Washington continue to battle for position.
And there's your leader on the number 2Z, Tyron Matsuris, riding that Commander machine for all it's worth.
Dustin right behind him in second, then Cole Kramer on Dustin's tail.
And Kramer pushed back a little bit.
.295, Hayden Skellett rockets down the front straightaway.
And how that tells you how fast these riders are. Hayden Skellett got lapped. Hayden Skellett never gets lapped.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Seriously.
Now, this is this World Championship level racing, and we've got the most talented riders around out there battling right now. Revin Harris back a little bit. Yeah, Tyron, Dustin Matsuris, man, those guys are unbelievably talented and fast, to say the least, as
Captain
we've seen
Powell,
all day.
JP Gasparoni, I mean, Sammy Niemi, David Cabrera, we just keep going. They're just nothing but fast riders out here.
All talented individuals.
Devin Farthing on that 116.
White flag out, 1 lap to go for Tyron Matsuris. 1 lap to go. Here comes Dustin. Gets by Jules Hopkins. Jules moves over. And the two Commander riders out in front, the Matsuris brothers, 202. Cole Kramer in third now. And that is the top three heading into this final lap here. Moto number 3 for Pro-Am Ski GP. For all the marbles here in Naples, Florida, the World Championship winding down. So we are going to look at Dustin Matsuris. He is going to take this one. He's not going to take this race. Tyron's going to take it. Dustin's going to take the overall. And we'll figure out the math for the top 3.
I pretty much got it. Cole Kramer, if he finishes third, he's going to be in that second position. Of course, we'll double check that at the end of this moto. And Tyron Matsuris, we'll have to see where he finishes. Potentially third.
And that's what they're hoping for, and I think that's why Dustin, I know that they wanted Tyron to win this.
And
Tyron Matsuris takes the win. Number 2 out of Epinyani, South Africa, takes the win here in Moto 3. Dustin Matsuris knows that he has got a world championship. Kudos to number 50, Mats, and the entire Commander team, Steve Webster, and all the crew back in Phoenix, 202.
Cole Kramer comes across in third position. What a great ride by Kramer. You know, we appreciate all those West Coast riders, because let's face it, top 3, all from our side of the country.
Absolutely, and we will be back to speak with the winner in just a minute. Dustin. We need Dustin and Tyron to the podium, please. Dustin and Tyron to the podium. We're calculating the results on the Pro Watercross abacus right now, tallying the results, but for the television cameras, we need Dustin and Tyron Matsouras over to the podium area for an interview with Haley from CBS Sports Network.
And Rick Lake, I just used the Pro Watercross abacus, as you so kindly call it.
Dustin Matsouras, Tyron Matsouras, and Cole Kramer, we need you to the podium right now. Dustin Matsouras, Tyron Matsouras, and Cole Kramer, we need you to the podium right in front, behind the starting line, right now. Okay, we're going to go ahead and start this race, and we'll do that afterwards.
All right. We've been waiting for it all year. Here it is, Pro-Am Runabout Box Stock, Moto number 3.
Pro-Am Ski GP Moto number 3.
Troy Snyder leading it with 3 points. Baldwin's got 5 points. So does Arminio Iantosca.
A 1 and a 4.
There you go.
Here we go. Keep an eye on Snyder. Oh, Snyder gets a hand up. They have a little problem on the line. He recovers. Boy, that was really close to being a slip up there by Troy Snyder here on that inside, and they almost lost him. And Cliffy was holding that monster back. And here we go. It looks like Miller with a great jump. Snyder, though, on the inside of him. I think he's going to pull that hole shot.
Miller takes it.
Oh, Miller.
Oh, and Troy goes sideways. He stays on the boat. Tim Miller out of Waco, Texas, with a drive on the inside. Arminio Iantosca on the outside. Oh, Arminio goes way wide.
Arminio on the gas, flying around the outside on that Sea-Doo. Miller on the inside. It's going to be Arminio with the head of steam. Arminio Iantosca is going to take the lead. Number 4 down the front straightaway here at Naples
Miller
with the whole
second.
shot and the lead.
There goes Brian Baldwin in 3rd. Troy Snyder in 4th. Simon Belcher in 5th. Graham Hunt in 6th. Mario Lamy in 7th. It is a cast of characters out there out in front. Wide open, Arminio Iantosca.
A cast of characters
It
indeed.
is a cast of characters.
Indeed. Arminio leading the way now on that black number 4 Sea-Doo.
Rick Lake, I just want to mention, at the end of the evening at 7 o'clock at the right behind the Tower of Power, we're going to have a band going.
All right, Arminio Iantosca out in front and charging. He is going to have to need a little bit of help to take this win, however, because remember, he started with a hand-on helmet, dead engine start in the second moto. Otherwise, he'd be on his way to a world championship.
Well,
but Troy Snyder is in 4th right now.
Here's the crazy math, huh? They started with Arminio Iantosca and Brian Baldwin tied for 2nd, both with 5 points. Troy Snyder with 3 points. The way it sits right now, Iantosca would win. Troy Snyder's got to get up into a second position to make certain that he can win the World Championship.
Let's see, what does Baldwin have overall on this?
5 points.
So Baldwin's got 5, huh?
Ian Tosca's got 5. Troy's got 3.
So Troy needs to get up to second place?
Exactly. If he's in third, it'll be a tie in the last moto.
Wow.
Goes to the winner.
Absolutely.
Right now, that's Ian Tosca,
Oh, this
the
is going to
local
be
rider.
great. This is going to get wild, ladies and gentlemen. This is on the line. So Ian Tosca in the driver's seat, but it's really going to depend on what Troy Snyder does throughout the rest of this moto. If Miller can maintain second and Baldwin third, that's going to give the title to Arminio Ian Tosca.
Can I just say that Arminio Ian Tosca's best friends are Brian Baldwin and Tim Miller right now?
He's loving those guys.
He loves those people from Texas and North Carolina, doesn't he?
Yeah, keep Snyder behind him, and he's going to buy all the pizza they can eat tonight at Mamma Mia's.
Well, I'll tell you what, the top 4 riders are all using that inside split. Troy is way back. He is fighting through a bunch of pump wash. Not an easy way to move to the front. Meanwhile, Ian Tosca, he's taking the outside. He's got that Sea-Doo dialed. It's hooked up, and he is leading this race going away.
You know, particularly in the stock class, very difficult to make up huge gains because these boats are relatively equal compared to, like, you know, GP boats that all have a different, they're all in a different world, really. And right now, Ian Tosca just absolutely dominating, as he did in Moto number 1. However, it's Tim Miller in second, Baldwin in third. Baldwin's had a very quiet day, Kurt.
Yeah, he's, you know, he didn't race the Pro GP class. No. I know he's put a lot more time into his son's racing. You gotta love it when a father and son are out here and they're both vying for championships.
But this is the quietest I've ever seen a Brian Baldwin at an event. He really hasn't contended. He's been back a little bit, and it's very unusual to see. Usually he is up there battling for the win. But right now that goes to the hometown hero right out of Naples, Florida. It's Arminio Ian Tosca on that black rocket ship of a Sea-Doo, leading his way around the track here, Moto number 3 of Pro-Am Runabout Box Stock.
No question about it. As I watch Brian Baldwin going on the inside, Baldwin is known for his using the brakes, using that everything that Yamaha's got to cut tight to the boys. But on this course, it's slowing him down. Tim Miller.
Yeah, Baldwin's going to give Tim Miller a tough time here, you know, in the next couple of laps. But Snyder's the one that's not really up with those guys.
No, and Miller looking over his shoulder at Baldwin right there. And I'll tell you what, it doesn't matter which way those two go. It's up to Troy Snyder to get into third. If he does, he secures a world championship. If not, Arminio is the one.
And Arminio right now heading down that jet trim bitchin' stitching back straightaway in charge on that Sea-Doo. Boat number 4 just rocketing around this race course. He has led from the start, pulled the whole shot, and he is gone right now. Tim Miller doing a great job in second place.
Wow.
A real fast rider out of Waco, Texas.
And watch Miller on the outside, because Baldwin's going to the inside and Baldwin's tearing it up. Baldwin wants to get by Tim Miller, and I'm going to tell you what, unless Tim Miller can pull out some horsepower here, it's going to be close. Here comes Miller, wide open. There goes Baldwin, not going to make it.
Yeah, Baldwin not the speed coming onto the front straightaway that he needed. Miller on that Dean Cherrier-tuned Yamaha stock boat, and you know Dean got these things pretty dialed in, and he has won a lot of championships over the years on these with the Yamahas in the box stock runabout class.
Wow, Troy Snyder doing everything he can, and it's just not enough yet. It's surprising because he's been so strong all weekend long. I don't feel like he's going slower, but everybody else is going faster.
No, these guys are all championship level riders, very, very fast. So nobody's going to give anybody an inch out there, and you can count on that. Certainly Baldwin's not. Tim Miller fast as usual, always a contender, but out in front it's our race leader making the turn off the back split onto the front straightaway. Arminio Ian Tosca rockets down the front straightaway one more time on that number 4 Sea-Doo with the lead.
He's strong. Here comes Tim Miller. He and Baldwin getting side by side, but Miller's got the speed. Troy Snyder on the 110 right behind him. Snyder, the world championship right in front of him. All he's got to do is pass one more rider, and he can be the world champion.
He has got everything in front of him, but yet it's a little bit of a distance, but he is closing that gap. He is going to have to mount a late moto charge here and try and get by Brian Baldwin. And those two have battled each other tooth and nail for years now, and maybe we're going to see that happen again here for the World Championship. But right now, Ian Tosca out in front and in charge, hoping that Baldwin and Miller can keep Snyder behind him in fourth.
Well, Rick, I just use a calculator instead of the abacus because I'm looking at these points wondering if that's right. In reality, Troy's got to get to second.
Right.
Because otherwise he and Arminio will be tied on points, and if Arminio wins the third and final moto, he's the champion.
That's right. So it's a tall task right now for Troy Snyder to get past Brian Baldwin. And
yes, when we look on the far side of the course, Arminio Iantosca making the turn from the inside onto the jet trim, hitch and stitch and back straightaway. He is wide open, and Tim Miller right there behind him. Miller stretching his lead. Where is Brian Baldwin?
You know, it'll be amazing. I mean, if Arminio hangs on and things stay as they say, Arminio's going to make a clean sweep here in Naples and give Sea-Doo 2 world championships in GP Runabout and Stock Runabout, which is just really amazing considering everything we've seen in the last couple of years in these classes.
Oh, Brian Baldwin taking the makeup. Boy, that gives Tim Miller a little extra. And the 115 Gunner trailer going to have to move. White flag, one lap to go. This is it for Troy Snyder, the 110. He's got to go from fourth to second. Otherwise, Arminio Iantosca, halfway through this lap already, will be your world champion.
Well, I got to say, Kurt, the Iantosca's, the Sea-Doo team down there on the beach watching, these guys are holding their breath right now as Arminio makes his way on the left-hand side of the racetrack onto the outside split section on that Sea-Doo, and it doesn't look like positions are going to change on this final lap. A few more turns to go, and the checkered flag is going to come out. And as I said, that's going to give Arminio and Sea-Doo a clean sweep here today in Pro-Am, Runabout, Box Stock, and GP. Wow, what a day.
I got to tell you, my heart soars for Arminio Iantosca. The boss is looking down. He couldn't be happier. His boy, a double world champion.
And we will be right back to speak with the winner. Oh, wow. Man. I got you got to, no matter what camp you're in, you got to have some good vibes in your heart for Arminio Iantosca today. And what a job he did for Sea-Doo. It's been a while since they've enjoyed the kind of success that they did today, Kurt.
Yeah, it's absolutely fantastic for both Sea-Doo and Arminio Iantosca. And let's face it, Naples, Florida, he is their hometown hero. Arminio's been that way. So Arminio Iantosca with the win. He's got 6 points.
All right, we've got the commander crew down there on the beach. Dustin Tyron and Cole Kramer. What a great job you guys did today. Arminio Iantosca down on the beach coming in. Arminio, congratulations. Congratulations, Arminio. Great job today, man. Clean sweep. The Motts brothers didn't do too bad today either.
They've been waiting there the longest too.
Talking to the truck. I can't hear.
Okay. Sorry about
A lot of races.
Yeah. Laps up there.
All right. Welcome back. I've got pro Runabout Box Stock GP world champion Armenio Iantoska getting it done in front of the hometown crowd. Back-to-back championships. How good does this feel, and how satisfied are you with this number 4 Sea-Doo machine?
It feels really, satisfying. I worked hard and, just great setup. Alan Walker, my mechanic, really worked hard on this setup all year. And to win GP and stock in my hometown, really means a lot to me, my family, my girlfriend, all the support I've had over the years of racing. And of course, I'm extremely happy with my Sea-Doo. It's a great watercraft. My RXPX 300 was really hooked up out there, ran flawlessly, and just couldn't be happier.
A dominating performance. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Good job. Thanks, buddy. Down the champagne. Hey,
Forgive me, Tyron was the MOTO winner or the
All right, we need
left.
We've got Armenio. We need Troy Snyder.
Welcome back from Pro Ski GP. I have Tyron Montzuris. Congratulations on the Moto3 win. What did it take to get it done today?
Yeah, you know, the races were tough. I had hard battles all day. In the last moto, I was determined, I had a bad start in the first moto, and I was like, I got to at least win one moto out of the three. Dustin and myself are teammates and brothers, but at every race, it's individual sports, and we both race each other as hard as anybody else. So it was great to get that win.
A job well done. Congratulations.
Thank you. I just want to thank everybody at the shop, Command Industries, Rockstar, Jet Pilot, Fly Racing. Thanks to all those guys for all the hard work. We put in some big hours at the shop. Dustin and myself put in a lot of hours training, and it all paid off.
It paid off, that is for sure. Now, Dustin Monsters, congratulations on the Pro Ski GP World Championship. What was the secret here?
Yeah, honestly, good starts. There was a lot of tough competition. Cole Kramer was out here. He was on the gas the whole day, pushing me. Tyron, obviously, pushing me non-stop. So I needed good starts. I rode smart. And, my Rockstar Energy Commander GP1 was hauling. So, yeah, got me 3 whole shots, and you can't really stop better than that. So, I tried to win all 3, but Tyron was determined that last moto, and he got me. And, but I'm happy to win the championship, and, just congrats to all the guys.
Congrats, Dustin.
Thank you.
You're world champion, guys.
Thanks, guys. Awesome.
Tim Miller and Roy Snyder, we need you down to the starting line area.
Joe, you ready? Okay, and this
I think we have on his way.
Okay, the guy that he just acknowledged.
And Troy, we need.
I guess we don't need him.
Oh, Troy, hi, Troy.
Kramer.
Snuck up on him. Everybody's here.
That was a great Moto 2. Let's see how Moto 3 panned out for your Pro Ski GP. This is what we've been waiting for. We've been teasing about it all show. Check out Pro Freestyle. Okay. Okay. for Runabout box stock. Okay. We pick it up in Moto 3 for Runabout box stock. We pick it up in Moto 3 for Pro Ski GP. We pick it up in Moto 3 for Blaster GP. Okay.
Kurt. Is this on board with Dustin?